All right, what's up, everyone? So this is my June 2026, I guess, audit or check-in about how the month went, essentially. Nothing in particular. I'm not even sure how to phrase this if anyone cares, but whether or not anyone watches this video, it benefits me at the end of the day. So I have this big ass calendar, right? I originally got it because so in June I lost my job, right? And I was like, yo, let me get my shit together. Let me lock in. Let me do something with my life because I was working a job, but man, uh it's tough not being neurotypical, man. Same story everywhere I go. It's not that I want to be a neat. It's just I feel alien in this world, and there's not much I could do about that. It's never really the job. It's usually the people, and I do try and do my best to be a nice person or whatnot. But for whatever reason, people don't like me. You know what I mean? I don't know if I seem weak or something. I think part of the reason might be because I'm a pretty genuine person and I'm also pretty good with like boundaries, if that makes sense. Like I understand there's like social norms and stuff like that, but the thing is a lot of these people wear masks. A lot of these people have been so they have deviated from their source, from their inner child. Who knows when it has started? And by deviating from your inner child, I mean it could be as simple as this: you could have been in middle school and you did something, and a kid was like, "That's weird. Why are you doing that?" And then you started repressing yourself, and over years and years you already forgot that you were repressing yourself and it became normal. But guess what? Now you already forgotten what you were, and now you're kind of fucked, right? You're kind of fucked, and you have deviated so far from what you used to be, and you don't even realize or remember it. And I mean, you might not care, but that's how you get these boring adults and super depressed and people hurting, and they don't know why. But anyways, enough about that. That's not the point of the video. The point of the video is, so I was like, let me lock in. Let me go do something of myself. So I got this big ass calendar. I put it somewhere obvious, and maybe it's because of the clutter. Maybe like as you can see the back, it's super cluttered. I only have a few more months of unemployment, and I'm trying to make the best of my life in the meantime. But as you can see, I only have one single mark, and that's I meditated. And I have all these things I thought I would accomplish, and I failed. I failed. I straight up failed, and I didn't accomplish shit. Truth be told, I tried shit. But did I accomplish anything? Nah, man, I did not accomplish anything. Um, yeah. Like I was so sure I was gonna do Lua. I was so sure I was gonna sit down and actually like learn music theory once and for all. Never happened. What did I do in my time? I don't fucking know, man. I really don't know. Um, you know, I put money into Codex and said I'm gonna treat this as an investment. You think I built anything? I have a lot of half-finished projects, but never actually finished anything. It's a story of my life, and I do want to start finishing stuff. Um, the whole point of this video is for me to have accountability and hopefully inspire people to have accountability. But the same way looks are genetics. I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna be honest with myself, and I think more people should be honest. But that doesn't get clicks. That doesn't get views. What does get views is catering to people's egos. I'm not gonna do that. The unfortunate truth is, um, you know, you're in, not to say you can't keep learning and growing, right? I'm not saying that, but to even have the capacity to want to grow, to initiate, and to still like struggle like a bug or like a snail on like covered in salt, right? If we're talking about life, I feel like that's genetic, man. Like I feel like certain people don't even have the capacity to even reach that point, if that makes sense. Like to even consider change or for a thought like that to even cross your mind, I think that's genetics, man. Like, people could be like, oh, you're not set in stone. You can always grow, right? Well, what if you have very low pain threshold, right? What if a growth mindset never even crossed your mind? You know what I mean? Like, what if your brain just never connected? Like, those neurons never connected? Because the thing is, we could all be sharing the same information and it could be completely interpreted differently, right? And if you just don't have certain knowledge, right, you can only understand things from your point of reference. What does that even mean? I mean, like, man, if you never went to Six Flags and you try and describe a roller coaster to a medieval person, or hell, you try and explain short form content to a medieval person, right? And they're trying to understand what the hell is an iPhone, what the hell is TikTok. It's inconceivable, right? It's totally inconceivable. Sure, if you bring it to them and they get exposed, that's one thing, right? But even then, though, the same way you have like flat earthers, you could still present that to them and it will just be witchcraft. You know what I mean? Like, it will never be technology or science. It will always be witchcraft to them because they can't possibly comprehend the idea of turning raw materials and harnessing electricity. They just can't comprehend. It's impossible for them to believe that. It's just simply impossible. And so it will always be witchcraft, never science. They just can't. Hell, even if you try and baby step by step, like walk them through to produce it, they just don't understand, man. They just don't understand it. And you might have the capacity to grow, some people don't. Listen, like the same way, I mean, looks, people talk going on and on about looks. They don't say the same shit about intelligence, man. They do not, man. They do not. And even if you have the capacity and the willingness to learn, listen, I always believe myself. I still believe in myself. But facing my demons and facing reality, I have realized, damn, bro, I am not the MC, man. I am not the MC. Because there's so much of these content. I think we're definitely in a new era. There was a whole red pill, but I think with the red pill, though, there is some truth to that. There is this whole self-improvement aspect. The same way people go to the gym, there's some truth to that. People do want to better their lives because I think a lot of people feel like everything around them is so fucking meaningless. Like, people do want to work hard, but they don't want to work hard for worthless bullshit. You know what I mean? Meaningless bullshit. No one wants to do that. Like, they can't even prop up the facade no more. Like, is it even worth it anymore, right? Like, what's the point slaving away to be disposed like a cum tissue? Like, what's the point of that? What's the point of living like that? You know what I mean? Not even leaving a mark, dying on your deathbed and said, what did I even do? Like, did it all matter at the end of the day? Probably not. I don't know. I'm getting off topic, but I guess I was kind of like sounding like a doomer or whatever, but I don't want to do no genetic determinism, right? Because as long as you're willing to struggle like a fucking cockroach on a trap, or like a rat on a rat trap, until you die of dehydration and you just simply can't go on anymore, the game is still there. You're still in it. You still are able to, it's still yet. The reason I bring this is, so a lot of people make these content that you could change your life by trying hard for 90 days. I'm sorry, dude. It doesn't work for me. I tried, because I'm gonna call this the forgetting curve. All right, I'm gonna call it the forgetting curve. What does that mean? I forget all that drive and passion I had. All right, I could be motivated and I forget. I could have these goals and stuff and I forget. I could write it down. I mean, maybe I should write it down more, right? I should probably journal more. I'm failing at journaling. Forming habits is challenging. But one thing I did actually do, I started doing Anki cards, right? I found an app that I could, because the thing with the official Anki, I can't type it up on my computer and then use it on my phone unless I pay $25. But I found one that works, right? Well, over the course of the month, I had these notes. I only got 2% smarter, man. I only learned 2% of my deck, man, in the entire month. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. That taught me that showing up every day, I still only got 2% smarter at the end of the month. If I don't know about you, I ain't taking that person. I ain't gonna be down. 2% is still more. I'm still 2% better than before. Man, like I sometimes I thought I would be like an anime MC, or like if you read like Danghua, or manhua, right? Like a cultivation MC, bro. Maybe that's why it's fantasy, man. Like we think we're the MC, we're the divine son, but nah, bro. We just some fodder. Hell, we the peasant. We're not even in the cultivation sector. Truth be told, I mean, if you're in the game, you might be in the cultivation sect, but you might not be the divine son. You might not be, a named person in the world of history. I think at the end of the day, people have these ego. They have these self belief, this self feeling of like importance, but they're not even a named person. What do I even mean by a named person? A person in the collective consciousness, right? You know what the fuck am I talking about, bro? Sorry, I got so sidetracked. Yeah, so I ain't accomplished shit, Brian. For the month of June, totally failed. Did not accomplish much, man. Not to say I didn't work hard and improve in certain ways, because of course I did. But at the rate I wanted to, or with my to-dos and accomplishments, then I failed, bro. I totally failed. It is what it is. Hell, I couldn't even finish the game, man. I tried one and I was like, nope, not it. So I'm trying something else. I'm trying a different approach. But I do have a new goal for the month of July. I forgot to write July, but yes, we got a new goal for the month of July. So the thing with programming, man, there's just so much to know, so little too, so little time, struggle of an approach. Like I could hand code everything, but nah, man, just nah. Might as well make use of AI, but if you do make use of AI, though, like even then, though, you still have to learn stuff. What I found, well, at least with AI, if you're using it to program, you gotta stock up on your vocabulary. You have to stock up for sure on your vocabulary and your jargon, just so you could be a lot more pinpoint on your directions. So one of the things I'm planning on just going through, maybe like chapter by chapter, and use AI to like just rewrite. Because I was looking at like programming books, and the thing is, a lot of these programming books are so like industry focused, not artistic. Like I'm an artist, right? A lot of these programming books, they don't teach the art of coding. They teach the job requirements of coding, right? And even applying it. But I do like the Wizard book, SICP, Structured Interpreted Computer. Listen, I don't know much about the book because I was just skimming through books because I said I need something that has the sauce, right? Like the truth, the core of programming, right? So I can reach programming nirvana. That's what I said, right? Now, I might not know how to code everything, right? Because the thing is, the hard part about programming and before the AI, this is my understanding. I'm not a professional or anything. You would have to build your tools and then build the thing you want to do. All right. Your code base is a puzzle, right? You would have to build your puzzle pieces and then figure out how to put the puzzle together. That is a shit ton of work. Nowadays with AI, AI can build your puzzle pieces, but it's still up to you to put the pieces together. And I do believe that AI will never, unless they connect, put chips in our brain so models can just read our neural activity. Programmers are still going to exist because people are terrible. Listen, if people were able to express themselves clearly without any distortions, we would have world peace, right? You know how many pain and suffering people go through just due to misunderstanding? The only human we're able to understand is our own damn self. No matter how much we try, we'll never understand what's going on in the heads of another person. At the end of the day, it's just an assumption. All we can really rely on are actions and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's still assumptions. If you think about it also, there's no real... I mean, the only connection that really exists is the connection we have with ourselves. We could try and connect with others, but, I mean, it's impossible. There's only one mind. And in a way, it's kind of lonely, but I love the loneliness. I mean, lonely is a feeling. Lonely and alone are not the same thing. But anyway, so my method that I decided is these books are mad fucking boring. SSCP, it's teaching me math, and I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Boring as fuck. But I still feel the truth. I feel resonance with that, right? So I just been having Codex to like just rewrite stuff. I've been going through maybe bro, that book is so damn long. Maybe like section by section, not even a full chapter. Full chapter is so many damn pages, but section by section. And it took a couple prompts to get like a response that I thought was like valid enough, man. Valid enough for where I am today. Because one thing I think is my word to advice before I go is focus on the problems of today, not on the problems of tomorrow. Don't prep for the future. Just prep for today. Do the best you can today. Solve the problems of today. And when the problems of tomorrow arrive, address the problems of tomorrow. But then it still would be the problems of today. So just focus on today and the problems of today. Learn what you need to learn for today to advance today. All right. And programming, people would do like this waterfall method, right, where they try and come up and design everything firsthand. But when you actually apply and you go through the fire, there are deviations. Things don't work out how you imagine, and we have to continuously adapt and adapt and adapt. And before you know it, you deviated from the original plan. So we need to adapt and address the problems of today. Listen, local AI models are continuously getting better and better and better, and it's going to be here to stay. Now, a lot of these people are hating on the fact that AI exists and they hate programming now. That's not a problem. Programming, the art of software design, is still it's still a puzzle. And to me, I still think there is a beauty in spite of the AI. Because to me, one is getting what you have in your head outside, but also it's doing it with elegance, right? But also, I would definitely say, though, for sure, though, like getting what you have in here outside. And if you're struggling to do that with AI, just study up and learn some more. Because, you know, like, where are all these AI applications? I personally think that the cool stuff about AI is just literally going from nothing to something. But once you're trying to like actually do something you're passionate about, like from my perspective, AI is perfect for those who don't give a fuck, right? You don't give a fuck about what you're doing, AI is great, and you will ship something out. But for people who actually love and care about what the hell they're actually building, you start to realize AI be off. It be wonky because you're actually gonna be curious about what's going on. Like for me, today I'm building this game, and I'm like asking questions. Like, listen, I'm asking questions. Like, I might not be perfect, right? But I can at least be like, bro, all I wanted you to do was to add a PNG, and 9 files had to be touched. So you know what that means? I said, I don't like that. What's going on? Let me go do research. And I mean, and that brought me to refactor.guru, right? Just because that's like the easiest one. And I learned about some code smells. Um, that's what I mean though. Like, you can constantly hit a wall. You know, don't worry about other people's path. Don't worry about the right path or the correct path. Focus on your path. Focus on whatever takes you where you want to go. All right. As long as you're not causing harm, even if people look down upon it, it's okay, man. Because my thing is this, man. I don't know about these large scale business products, but one thing I know, if you are a game developer and you're passionate about making games, just use AI, dude. Or check, whatever. Just use AI, because the thing is, most of these game devs code bases are like held up by like duct tape, man. It's a lot of the code. I consumed enough content to know that a lot of these game dev code bases is like literally spaghetti code. All right. The thing about AI, I think it's really great at making average code. It's it's a great equalizer to averageness. All right. To me, average is like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10, right? No one likes that. No one wants to be average. No one likes hearing the words like 4, 5, or 6 out of 10, man. Like low average, mid average, and high average, right? No one wants to be in that range. They think that it's perceived as negatively, right? It's straight in the middle of a 0 and a 10, right? No one likes that. That's why people default to 7. It's safe, right? 7. Or if they like insecure, they say like 2 or 3. You know what I mean? When in reality, it's probably like a 4. But yeah, those are safe numbers, all right? And I don't know. I say don't take shit too seriously. Make your dream a reality, and then work from there and address your concerns and problems, but make it happen. And build something you care about. Don't build something that might be cool or amazing. Just build whatever you want, and you'll figure shit out. Bye.